Welcome back to my channel, Be the Little Light. My name is Brittany. This is take 2. I was talking about how I was so nervous and excited to film this video. This video means so much to me. It's the most important video I have filmed on my channel thus far. This means so much to me, and just thank you for being here, for clicking in here, however you got here, whether you know me or don't know me. Thank you for being here and for listening to me speak my truth. And I was so excited to share this that I did not have my microphone on, and so this is why this is take 2. But today I want to be brave and open up about something that is a part of my everyday reality and is such a big part of my life and has been such a big part of my life for a while now. And I've touched on it here and there if you guys know me, but I've never really elaborated on things. And so today is that day. I'm so nervous. This is not even like, I have been putting this off for so long. I just want to say this before we get going. I've been putting this off for so long, and I've been like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I was hearing it very loudly from my highest self and my guides today of today's the day. This is not what I thought I was going to wear. Yeah, when I made this video, but it's okay to just show up. Okay. So, with that being said, I made a list. I made a list of 10 things. If I were to have a conversation with a past version of myself in regards to contact with ETs, extraterrestrials, star family, these are 10 things that I would share with a past version of myself or with a beautiful friend such as yourself. And so I I am someone that identifies as a star seed. I like to call us star babies. I genuinely actually believe that we are all star babies and star seeds. I believe that Earth is a baby planet and that we are multidimensional beings and our souls are like old as fuck. They're ancient as fuck, and we have and do exist in other galaxies, on other planets, and other dimensions as other beings. And I 100% believe with every part of my being that everyone that feels a resonance with me and is subscribed to my channel, likes my vibe, we're part of the same collective. I believe that we come from the same place. I believe that we right now are existing there together. And so connecting in with you this way is such an honor for me, but it's also so exciting. So I had my starseed awakening, what I like to call my starseed awakening. I don't really know who else uses that phrase, but it's something that feels resonant to me. Probably a year after I had my big spiritual awakening, then I had my starseed awakening, and I had all this remembrance come into my awareness that I chose to come here and at this very specific time for a very specific reason, and that was very activating in itself for me. I started to think about my entire life and how I have always identified with anything that was, alien. I've always watched all the shows, and I never, ever had any doubt, any question. I never felt any fear around any of that. I just always had this childlike wonder and excitement. And ever since I was little, I can always just remember looking up at the stars, looking up at the sky, waiting to see something. I have just always been waiting. So fast forward to a couple years ago where I started getting communication in my dream time. I started getting communication with my star family and with extraterrestrial beings I started being able to remember me being um, in other lives, and it started with me seeing them appear in the skies. And it was not how what we are traditionally taught. And and then it progressed into me seeing symbols, and then it progressed into me having recollection of being on ships when my body has been asleep, and and understanding that I was astral projecting while I was sleeping and things of that nature. And once I had been doing that for a little while, and I had started to track all of this and had a lot of major life events really happen within 1 year, a lot of life altering events. Um, I then, one night, while I was watching the lunar eclipse outside, I saw my first starship. And then I saw another one and another one and another one, and I just was like, finally, finally. What was that mean? Finally. And it was just the best moment of my entire life. And I thought, wow, how lucky am I? Like, thinking like this was the creme de la creme. Like, how can it get better than this? But I had no idea that that was just the beginning in my physical reality, because of course it had already began. I've already, looking back, I can see I've been in communication for a long time, and just wasn't at a place yet where I was at a certain frequency that I was able to see it in my physical reality. So I have made a list of 10 things that I would like to share through my own personal experiences, of advice that I would give another fellow stargazer, star lover, star baby, one who feels a deep resonance, one who feels a longing for a home that they have no idea what that's called or where it is, or why they feel, why you may feel so alien to this planet, and why you may, not feel as strong of a connection to other humans as you would like, but know that your soul tribe is out there. For any of you going down this ET journey, and maybe you're already on it, or maybe you're not, and you're just curious, these are 10 things that I would like to offer um, as advice. 8 minutes into this video. So, all right. Number one, I would highly advise you to forget everything you have ever learned about ETs, aliens, extraterrestrials, especially from movies, because that's really the only place where we're really taught anything. So I would just squash all of that and not use that as your basis. Number two, number two, because this is a really big one. I know a lot of, through different belief systems and things of that nature, there can be a lot of fear around, well, what types of energies are you connecting to? And there being benevolent and malevolent beings. And how do you know what you're connecting in with, and all of that? And if you've been on my channel for a while, I don't worry about those lower vibrational energies. I've talked about demons many times. This is not that topic, but it's overlapping of why I don't worry about those energies. Okay, so this is going to be the same thing. Okay, um, you don't have to worry about connecting in with malevolent energies of extraterrestrial beings, as long as you affirm it so. Sovereignty. People really downplay how important that is, how major that is, and how you are literally, when you affirm what you will and will not, I mean not connect into, then you have nothing to worry about. So for me, I always set the intention that I only connect in with beings of the highest light, of the highest vibration, that have the highest intentions for all. I always affirm that. So I'm set, I'm good. I don't need to worry about this one over there in that galaxy and this galaxy. Nope, 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 nope. Clear, cancel, delete. Because going on to the next point, your frequency determines what you can feel, see, or experience. So if you are vibrating at a higher frequency, you're going to connect in with beings of a higher frequency. So I would not worry about that. Okay. Going into that a little bit further, the more you work on your own frequency, and the reason why people talk about this so much, about raising your vibration, things of that nature, is because it really does your field sends out signals, and those signals send information about what is resonant in your field. So if you are actively working on yourself, you are actively bringing yourself back into alignment with yourself, with your divinity, with your sovereignty, and your intentions, when you know that you are a being that is in service to all, then you are going to connect in with those energies, because those are energies that are resonant with you, and there's a reason why. Number 4, you have to retrain when you are connecting in with ET energies, with energies outside of Earth, you will have to continuously retrain your nervous system. Why? Because ETs do not want to force anything upon us. Your star family do not want to force anything upon you. That's also why when you are ready, that's when you will connect in with those energies, and not any time before. You can be so excited, but excited doesn't have to mean fear. And that's where I mean with retraining your nervous system, because of a lot of the programming, the deep programming that we may have consumed in movies and such, sci-fi. There has been a lot of fear placed around beings that are not from Earth. And so if they feel the fear in your frequency, they're going to back away for your own good, because you need to be ready and in a harmonic alignment to be able to connect in with their energy. And they are very patient. Number 5, you will have to retrain your mind to understand and accept what you are experiencing. This is something that I still work on every single day. Why is this? Because from what I experience, I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this. And again, this is still a very taboo topic, even though the doors are opening. They're the most open that they've ever been in our modern society. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And it is continuing to go into that trajectory. But there's a lot of things where your mind is naturally going to try to turn into a logical explanation. And a lot of that, the logical explanations will translate into you're losing your mind. And when I first started to see them in my physical reality, I was still in therapy and weekly therapy at the time. I was going through, I was in like intense weekly therapy for like 7 years for PTSD. And um, I started connecting in with these energies actually at the time that I was about to transition out of therapy, and I didn't know yet, but everything just, once they came into my reality, it would sent like a signal where everything shifted in my outer reality so fast, things that I had not seen coming, because everything that was no longer in alignment had to go, because there was a shift, a change in my frequency, in my field, and my reality needed to rearrange itself. But even though I was always very open with my therapist, and I really loved her as a therapist, and I really respected her and trusted her, this was something that I would have to talk around with her, because I knew that if I were to vocalize what I was seeing on a regular basis overnight, I understood that on paper she would have to document that and probably allude to, she would probably end up implying that perhaps I was having some type of uh, hallucinations or some type of schizophrenia, because of what I was seeing is not something that would be considered logical. And, but I had to keep retraining my brain. I know what I'm seeing. And it's a continuous journey. Next point, number 6, is that these energies, these ETs that you are connecting in with, especially, this is also especially why you do not need to fear them, is because they are reflections of you. And also, this is how you're going to know that this is your soul family, that this is your literal star family, is because every single time that I connect in with these energies, every time I see them, every time light codes are shared with me, remembrance, a deep remembrance and reflection, it's like I'm looking at myself in the future. I've looked at ships and felt like I'm looking at myself. And when you say that, it doesn't make sense, right? But it's something that's felt. It's a deep, deep resonance, a feeling of home, a feeling of I know you, and you know me. There is there is a home is the best word that I can find, but that doesn't even encompass everything. Number 7, your experiences will continue to shift and evolve. And it's like I have started going into, once I started connecting with them in my physical reality, it's like I jumped into this class, and then I thought, oh, okay, wow, I'm learning so much. But then the more that um, time passes here, what I'm experiencing, and what how they're teaching me how to be sovereign in my energy and balance out my field and balance out my nervous system while light codes are being shared with me, um, the ways in which they appear and how I see them, and the communication, it's something that constantly evolves. And every single place that I have moved to since I have started communicating with them in my physical reality, I have moved quite a few times since then. And each place has been so specific and so perfect to have perfect view and communication with them that wherever I live, I can literally look out my window and see them. I don't even have to go anywhere. And every time that I've had to move, I've always been like, oh no, like the next place I move into, how could it be better than this? But I have learned over time that my connection, my relationship with them is so strong that it's all interwoven, and it's why I'm guided to move to certain locations. It's like these places that I've moved to, I've learned that these have all been predestined for me to move into, and that it all is connected to this continual work that I'm working on quietly in my everyday life when I'm not filming and when I'm not at my day job. It's how I start my day, and it's how I end my day, and it's how I navigate throughout my whole day. Take a shot every time I say day. Number 8, nothing will be forced upon you. If and when you are ready, you will step into that cosmic door and you will never go backward. It's pretty much what I said earlier, but it's really emphasizing, like, if you're someone, and if you're watching this video and you're still watching this video 21 minutes in, I think it's safe to say that you're someone that has even just a little bit interest in this topic. Someone who has no interest whatsoever, no, not for me, that is not going to be in their awareness and their reality, because there's something in their field that signals, I am not ready to experience that yet. And that's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's really just this confirmation that this all happens when you're ready. And for me, I have been ready since the day that I have been born. So for me, when it finally manifested for me to have conscious recollection of all of this, I'm like, it's about damn time. I have been waiting for you guys for so long. What's been keeping you so long? But I believe that everything happens in divine timing. So, number 9, telepathy is very real. It is very, very real. All of my communication, well, I shouldn't say all. When light codes are being exchanged, communication is happening in my thoughts. I know this and have confirmed this since the beginning, because I would ask questions and I would ask very specific things. I would ask very specific movements and things to appear, and I would do it over and over and over and over and over. And on one hand, honestly, a lot of it was to build trust within my own self, and I was able to learn, oh, I do have, this is not something that I need to externally learn or extract this information from someone else. I was just winging all of this myself, and do still wing all of this myself by trusting these natural abilities that come up organically. And telepathy is one of those things. I have experienced telepathy many times with other humans, and experiencing it with ETs is, for me, much faster. And I like to bring a lot of play into that. And and that honestly goes into number 10, because number 10's point is to have fun. Have fun, and over time you will master how to interact with these energies so casually that it's just part of your everyday regular reality. And that's what I'm living right now. Before it's this continual evolving journey. If I were to look at the time that communication started, even in my dreams, and then extended into my physical reality and my conscious awake time, um, it has shifted and advanced very quickly in a very short period of time. And yet I know that I've not even scratched the surface. And um, I've just accepted it as this is my everyday. And I understand that I, um, I chose a role to kind of sit at this table, um, with not a lot of people at this table yet. Um, but that is part of why I'm stepping out and sharing this video with the world today, is because I believe that we are at a time where we can safely come out and share our experiences. And because I don't feel like they have, at least for me, it hasn't been told in the way that I've been experiencing it yet. And that's also somehow, sometimes I'll be honest, sometimes in, my human reality, it can be isolating in that sense, but it's also really beautiful, because I know that because I haven't really heard people have the experiences that I do in the very specific way that I do, I know that my experience is authentic and it's real. It is very, very real, and it's beautiful, and I'm so thankful, and I'm so thankful for it every day. Like, genuinely, as a human, this is literally my favorite topic in the entire world. And it's something that I don't get to share with many people. So thank you for holding space for me to talk about this today. If you want to, like, if you're interested in this topic, and if you would like more videos around this, or if you have questions of your own, um, feel free to leave those down in the comments, and feel free to leave your own experiences if you have had or continuing to have experiences as well. I feel like I want to make this, and of course my channel, my intention with my channel as Be the Little Light, is to be this community where um, we have heart resonant, open dialogues. We have open conversations where people can feel freely to share their extraordinary everyday experiences, because there is so much more magic in reality than we've ever been told. And it's so beautiful. I almost just cussed. Not like I haven't cussed already in this video, but so thank you. Thank you for sitting here with me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you around in the cosmos.